And I was a striker, and I had a very, very pleasant job of finishing off their good runs by tap-ins. And it turned out that I could, as long as I was in the right spot, sometimes I would get rebounds as well, a rebound goal. So turns out that these one-touch finishes I can actually do reasonably well, which shocked me. Frederiksvane, he's the younger. I played him in another Title Tuesday as well. He's the younger brother of Rasmus. He's still a bit higher rated, but I think Fredrik is pretty talented and he's pretty booked up. So that's why he plays this Bishop C5 line, which is one of the big. So now he plays with Knight C6 on Knight D4. Is this the point? Okay, let me avoid the trade. Usually in that position, black goes A6. Sorry, H6 to prevent Bishop G5, but maybe it's not necessary. Does he want Bishop G4 now? F5, Knight F5? F3, Knight F5? Maybe that was actually possible. Okay, let's just protect this and then try and develop. Yeah, I was worried that he might go for a quick C6 and then D5. Now I kind of have to play this somewhat dull structure. Maybe he should have gone for a quick Bishop E6 there. I don't know. I feel like my knight is not very good on C3, so I want to move it somewhere else. Roll it here and then maybe here. Also now I give better protection to C4, which means that I don't have to take on B5, which I think would be a concession. And his knight is pretty short of squares, so he may want to reroute it like this. So queen b7. I think I'm quite happy to go bishop a5. I'm not thrilled about exchanging those bishop potentially, but I am gaining some dark squares here if he trades. Maybe he wants c5 now? Don't think I'm too unhappy to see that though. Oh, I was about to go rook d2, but I don't think b4 and then knight c6. My queen is in a little bit of trouble. Yeah, maybe I may have underestimated this plan, but I'm still really solid. So I don't think I'm really worse. But I'm probably not better. So he locks up the center. This is looking like a little bit like those Sveshnikov lines where white goes for an early c4. The structure would be the same without the pawns in c5 and e3. And now my pawn on e3, while it's obviously doubled, it does do a good job of protecting the square on d4, meaning that he could never put a knight there. And even though he gets he does get a4, I don't think it does a whole lot. So he allows me to take, which is double-edged. I'm not sure it's good. E4, but now at least my pawns are semi-mobile, and once again, I'm not sure he's really achieving all that much on the queen side here. So he's gonna go rook a2, most probably, and My knight has been on b2 for long, so it's time to bring it to d3 soon. So I'll go queen b1 and then knight d3. And the next I can probably go knight f2 and then rook d2. And just like in those positions that you get with in the Sveshnikov, like b3 is the only sort of have weakness that white has, and the rooks don't really do all that much on the a file. So I guess now I'll go for e5, queen coming to g6, also a lot of pressure here. But this should lose. But does it though? Okay, let me go knight g4 first, introducing a fork. Now rook d8 is a big threat. He could go e4 and then hide the king on h7, but I think I have way too much activity there. Okay, he just resigned. Funny, like the evaluation is like, you might think that, like, for me as well, on the glance, I'm thinking like white is better, but it's kind of unclear. And computer just says white, like +6. Best move is knight d6, which is just a free knight. Okay, let me see. Yeah, of course, around here I was it's not better. Here, I mean, computer at love death says that black is better, but it's dropping a bit, so I don't think it's anything real. So double h4, go change, and he definitely should have changed. Now that I get f4, not worse, after ef4 I'm already better. Yeah, and this plan putting the rook on a2 is just no good. Knight d3, and now I'm already considerably better. Again, just like that other line, I think it's pretty instructive that these rooks are a little bit too far away from the battle, and white is just better positioned to strike in the center, and of course on the king side as well, as it happens. So h4, rook d2, and now e5, and white is just winning all of a sudden. Queen g6 was mate in 8. Oh, no. Chose a move that made him resign instead of mate in 8. I suck. But really, queen g8 was quite possible to spot, but I was fixated on this fork. But doesn't matter. It's more than good enough. I think overall a very decent strategic game. So that's 4 out of 4, which a lot of other people have. So that's a good start. And now there is a bit of a break. Kravnik is playing. Wow. Well, there is an increment, so none of the moral degradation that